Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, as you can see, we closed on a long-legged doji, which is indecisiveness on Friday, but still the Aussie remains somewhat firm as we now face a pivotal week with major central bank decisions from the Federal Reserve, Bank of Japan and the European Central Bank, the ECB, alongside with the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, the core PCE price index, however, which may delay if the US shutdown continues. The Fed is widely expected to cut by 25 basis points this week as all focus turns to Jerome Powell's outlook for further easing, which is likely seen in December. Tensions have reignited markets' concerns over President Trump's threatened to raise tariffs from November 1 in response to Beijing's rare earth export controls. Closer to home, attention turns to the RBA Governor Michelle Bullock's speech at the Australian Business Economists' annual dinner in Sydney on Monday. Also this week we've got key Australian inflation figures, the CPI quarter and yearly, and the trimmed means CPI quarter, which is scheduled later in the week. As I mentioned, the technicals are firm. Now we're looking towards a break of 65.45, which is very close. If we've got a high of 43, should ignite the move on to 66 cents and reassess from there, just in case a little bit of profit taking may return. Support still seen broadly from 64.30.40. The euro still edging higher, as we can see from the close of Friday, and now looks towards 116.55.65, as all eyes will look towards the European Central Bank's meeting, which widely expects to see rates on hold. Any pullback is likely to be limited. The dollar yen still rallying, and I still feel there is a bull trap very close at this level, so still remain wary, even though the technicals have firmed up. If so, we should see a rejection above 153 and look back towards the region of 151 to the lows of 151.15.25. A weaker play into sterling and still lacking momentum as it gets closer towards its bottom side of the range around 132.15.65. Let's see if we can get a correction from there and look back to 134. After dropping over 6% last week, gold is finding a little bit of footing in front of this key support area around $4,000 an ounce. Nevertheless, I still feel there's a little bit of weakness coming into the start of this week. Let's see if it can generate demand and rebound back towards the top side somewhere of 4,200. And oil still remaining somewhat firm after its strong rally last week and still looking to an extension, that is, to 62.5 to 63 and reassess. Any pullback likely to be limited. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you for joining me. And as always, look out for the interest rate report. I hope you enjoy the great start to the new week.